Hey, I'm Haley.
Hey, I'm Lydia.
And this is Extension in the Kitchen. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. And if this is your first time on this show, please come back and join us. We have so much fun whipping up recipes and just learning about some of the awesome opportunities that are going on within Stanley County. And so today I'm so excited to have my coworker Lydia Stigall with us on the show. Are you excited to be here?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Good. So Lydia, I have done some programming with her so far in the community, and she has really hit the ground running. She is our small farms agent. And so what does it mean to be a small farms agent? Like, if you gave somebody like the short and sweet of what you do, what would you tell them, like really quick?
Okay, so I help our smaller producers in the county if they have questions about their vegetable production, their livestock, cut flower growers, whatever it may be. I can go and help them, or I help them with grants. I help them find funding, connect them with the universities, and I work with the farmers markets very closely. So I have a very fun and interesting job.
It is a fun job.
Yeah.
What do you feel like, what is a small farm? What does that mean? Like, in compared to like a big farm, like, what is a small farm? Like, that's always something that's thrown me off. Like, when I hear small farm, as someone that doesn't work directly with farmers, I always wonder what that means. So how do you describe what a small farm is?
So what they've told us is that it's 10 acres or less, but really, I mean, it's like, it can be a hobby farm, it can be, a farm that's an LLC, that's like a smaller farm. Just, I mean, there's a wide variety of things.
Awesome.
Not your commercial growers.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So if you are a small farm or a small family farm out there and you would like to work with Lydia, please reach out to us. She is a wonderful resource in our community. How we went so long without her, I do not know, honestly. So let's dive into my favorite part, which is the recipes. We have decided to make you guys a sweet potato casserole today because it is the holiday season. And I don't know about you, but when I think of the holidays, I always think of the sweet potato casserole because it is my favorite thing ever. And if it's not on the table, I might have to leave, to be quite honest. And also, sweet potatoes are a big part of agriculture in North Carolina, right?
Yeah, North Carolina does about 60% of all sweet potatoes in the United States, so we do a lot of them.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And they're delicious, and they're super healthy for you,
yes.
Which is right up my alley, right guys? So I love the yumminess, I love the healthy aspect, and you can do a lot with a sweet potato. But today we're gonna dive into our traditional sweet potato casserole. As y'all know, I have done several different recipes from the Med Instead of Meds website, from that program, and we also got this one from there as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. So we went ahead and we got about a pound, a little bit more if you wanted some extra of your sweet potatoes. And you could just put some holes in them and put them in the microwave until they have softened up. And then you're gonna get all your sweet potatoes out, removing those skins. And so this is what we have right here, is about, 2 to 3 medium to large sweet potatoes. Again, it really just depends on how you like your sweet potato casserole. And then we're gonna mash it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and start, we're gonna work on the base of our casserole first. And also, guys, right now I'm doing some programming in the community around healthy holiday eating, meal planning for the holidays. So if you're interested in any of that, please reach out and let me know, and I'm happy to send you resources or tell you what classes are coming up, okay? So we have got our sweet potatoes here, and again, we're gonna have about a pound. We might have a little bit more here. And next, I'm gonna ask Lydia to add in, we've got unsweetened applesauce. And what I teach is a good modification you can use in place of maybe some unhealthy fats, and maybe, right in, perfect. And maybe also reducing some unnecessary calories. You know, you're gonna have a little bit more calories over the holidays, but my goal for the holidays is really making sure that I get a good, well-rounded, balanced meal, because sometimes I might be eating just one big meal that day, and so I want to make sure I get a variety of good whole grains, fruits, vegetables, you know, lean proteins, low-fat dairy, and this recipe right here gives us almost all of those things between the nuts, the oatmeal, and the good stuff we're putting in here right now. Okay, so we're adding in that unsweetened applesauce, perfect. And now we're gonna go ahead and add in, we've got 1/4 cup, and we've got just some skim milk right here. And so again, a lot of your traditional sweet potato casseroles might use a whole milk. It might use a lot of butter. I know I've made them before, and I think there was at least a whole stick of butter in that sweet potato casserole. And a lot of times you really don't need that much, okay? So we put that in there for us, okay? So we've got our skim milk, and now we need to add in some flavor into this as well. We've got a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Beautiful. And we also have some cinnamon and nutmeg. Now this recipe calls for a teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. I like to add a little bit more because I like tasting those spices. Also, these are great anti-inflammatories, so don't be afraid to add these to any dish. Love it. And just mix those right in. So we're trying to make it really easy for you around the holidays to not only eat healthy, but reduce some stress. And this is a recipe that's really easy to prep ahead of time, okay? So you can definitely make it, put it in your casserole dish, cover it up, and then whenever it's time to bake, just pull it out and put it in the oven. So make sure you make some notes next to recipes. What can I plan ahead? And that way, when it comes time to make all the things, you're not stressing about how you're going to get everything cooked. Okay? Cool. All right, super easy, right?
Very easy.
All right, so now I just want you to literally put all of that part into our casserole dish. Love it. And again, if you're missing the butter, instead of the stick, just put a little bit. You can grate just a little bit of butter in there to give it a little bit more of that savory you might be missing from that butter. But otherwise, this is a great option too. Who says you have to have sweet potato casserole just at the holidays?
Yeah, I love it anytime.
Eat it all the time. It's so good. And obviously we have plenty of sweet potatoes in North Carolina, right?
Yes.
All right, so she's just gonna kind of smooth that out to get kind of an even layer in our casserole dish. I do think Lydia was a family and consumer sciences agent in a past life. All right, cool. That looks perfect. And again, if you want a little extra cinnamon, a little extra nutmeg, you know, do what makes your heart happy. So you're not gonna go wrong by adding in extra herbs, extra spices into a dish. Okay, cool. We're moving right along. so we're going to jump right into the topping. So again, a lot of times the topping, it has a lot of butter in it, a lot of sugar in it. And while we're still gonna have some sugar, we're gonna cut back a little bit. And that's something else I like to teach people when they're modifying some recipes. You know, you might have a family recipe that you can't part with, but a lot of times, let's say there's a full cup of sugar, you can cut it down to 3/4 a cup, and it really makes a huge, huge difference, and you don't miss anything. So we're going to combine all these ingredients. So again, first of all, we have our oats, and these are just some quick oats. So we've got a 1/2 cup of quick oats, a great whole grain to add to this topping. We've also got a 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. We know that nuts are a great source of protein, a great source of healthy fats. If you don't like pecans, you could use another nut, use some walnuts or a mixture. So yeah, do you like pecans?
I do.
I love them. They're so good.
They are.
And then we've got our brown sugar. So just a tablespoon of brown sugar in here. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and then 1.5 tablespoons of canola oil. And this is gonna be a healthier fat for us than our butter. And so if you can use a fat that is gonna be liquid at room temperature, or at least a little bit of this to cut back on some of that butter, that's gonna help with the health aspect without hurting the flavor so much, okay? But what we do wanna make sure is that that fat is allowing all these ingredients to combine, and so that they can, you know, just really be well combined. I mean, there's nothing else really to say about that. Okay? Cool. And so we can sprinkle that right on top. Love it. Beautiful. And also, while she's doing that, I have already preheated our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit so that we can stick this in for about 20 to 25 minutes. And so we'll go ahead and get that done as well. I'm so excited about this. It's gonna be awesome.
So good.
Yes. Delicious, healthy, and guilt-free, so that's always a good thing. So let's pop this in the oven and we'll be right back, okay? All right, so while we're waiting on that to get done cooking, I did want to ask Lydia just a few things about what's going on with her programming. So Lydia is a small farms agent, as we've said, here in Stanley County, but she also serves Anson County. And so she's very busy going in between the two counties and assisting our farmers, working with our farmers markets. So tell us some of the programming that you have going on currently that you're excited about.
Okay, so since we're making a sweet potato casserole in Anson County, I was invited to come do a farm day for one of the elementary schools, and it kind of piqued my interest. And so I have a passion for children and I love working with them, and so I decided that I would teach them about sweet potatoes and how to grow their own sweet potatoes. So it really correlates well with the dish that we're making today. So I went in and taught kindergarten through second graders at the Anson County schools how to grow their own sweet potatoes, where they come from, because it's so important for kids to learn where their food comes from, because the majority of them think that they come from the grocery store, and it does not. So
our chocolate milk comes from a brown cow, right?
Yeah, and so I thought, well, this would be a great opportunity to go and teach these kids about agriculture and the importance of it, and they get to learn where the sweet potatoes come from. They actually get to do a hands-on activity where they practice harvesting sweet potatoes. So I just fill up buckets with dirt and put the potatoes in there, and then they practice harvesting them, so they get that hands-on experience. And then they also get to grow their own sweet potato slips. So each classroom is given a sweet potato, and they get to grow their own slips and watch the progression of that from about November, December, and I left them till the end of school. So they grew for about 3-4 months, and so the end result was pretty neat to be able to go and collect that and see the progression from the sweet potato itself to grow the slips and then the roots that come with that. And so that has been a really great program that I have done with the schools. And then I also work with the farmers markets, as Haley said, and the farmers markets in the county are great. If you haven't been, you should go. Eating local is definitely healthier and better for you. And so
I love making those connections with our local farmers.
Yes.
They're absolutely amazing.
They are.
And they have so much great knowledge about obviously the foods they're growing, and you can get great tips on cooking some of those things too from them.
Yeah, and I will say that is probably the best part of my job, is going to meet these farmers, because they have been so wonderful and they are just the best. I just enjoy spending the time with them and learning from like what practices they use to what they grow. That is probably what I love about this job. And as far as the farmers market goes, Haley and I have talked a little bit about this thing called the donation station, and you set it up at a farmers market and the customers can come and buy from the vendors themselves, or just donate money so that is collected at the end, and then you go through and buy from the different vendors, and then it's donated to a local food pantry. And so it's allowing maybe people who can't afford it to be able to have fresh local produce. So it's a great program, and it's something that I'm looking forward to doing in the upcoming year.
I love all of this because yes, it's like so many kids, learning about how things grow, where it comes from. You need that piece for them to get excited about eating it.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm just so appreciative of Lydia and what she's doing with these kids. And over the summer, we do youth programming, and she does a lot of these programs with the kids as well. And so it's such a valuable thing to talk with your children about where our food comes from, and thank your farmers, and because they are the reason why we have all these delicious, healthy, fresh foods right here. And I look forward to hopefully next year that donation station kicking off, because our families in need, they need those healthy, fresh foods as well to thrive and fight disease and feel their best. So those are some amazing opportunities, wonderful programs. Lydia has an advisory council that she works with that consists of some of those farmers market managers and small farmers, and that really allows her to help figure out what are the needs in the community and how can you assist these farmers and support these local farmers markets. So if you have any ideas or questions, feel free to reach out to Lydia. She's your girl. All right. So I think we're about ready. Is there anything else you need to share about anything going on in Anson or Stanley counties?
I think that's
the majority of it. Yeah.
For now.
Okay. Well, cool. All right. Well, let's enjoy our recipe some more then. All right. 1 second. All right, oh, that smells so good. All right, guys, check it out. It is all done. We baked this for right at 25 minutes. And she is lovely. All the smells. All right, so here is our healthy, guilt-free, and delicious sweet potato casserole, again from medinsteadofmeds.com, using our delicious and local sweet potatoes. You cannot go wrong. Also, it's good to keep in mind right now, I think you can get pecans, or at least nuts, at the local farmers market as well, right? So if you want to go try out local, go get to know some of your farmers. Where are some of the places people can go to a farmer's market here in Stanley County?
So there's one in Locust. It's across from the elementary school right there off of 2427. There is one in downtown Albemarle. It's at the Market Station. And then there is another one at the Commons near the health department. There's one in there. And then there is one in Oakboro. So there are 4 different markets that you can go to. So no matter where you're at in the county, there's one available where you're located.
Lots of great options for everybody, and a lot of them, like some of the same farmers, go to all the different markets.
Yes,
right?
because they're different days. So the Commons is on Monday, Locust is Tuesdays and Thursdays, which they're not open right now. They're closed for the season. And then Albemarle downtown is open on Saturdays, and they are also closed. So the Commons and I guess that's the only one that's open right now because Oakborough, they've shut down for the season. So next market season, you can go to all of them, but the Commons is open on Mondays.
Awesome. Great options, great people. Get out there, go see these folks, try local, incorporate some new local foods into your dishes. Find ways to make them a little bit healthier, always. And, like we said, if you are interested in some of the opportunities Lydia offers, whether it be in the school system or would like to learn more about, what opportunities are available for your small farm, reach out to us, and we'll see what we can do to help you out, okay? But I don't know about you. I am ready to dig into this, guys. So we are just going to go ahead. I know it's hot. That's how I want it. I just want y'all to see this. So I'm going to spoon it out, make a mess. All right. One for you, one for me.
Okay.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, we are going to enjoy this, guys. Thank y'all for joining us. Let me know if you try any of the recipes from our show, if there's anything else you'd like to learn on Extension in the Kitchen, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks again, guys. That's good.